Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Doris Lee, and I am a student leader at ISSS. So I will start with a brief overview of today's session. So first, we will have Molly Pauls, the interim director for International Student and Scholar Services, to do the official welcoming remarks. And then we will introduce the upcoming Global Gopher Experience, also known as GGE, events and how to stay connected with ISSS. And next, Maggie Harris will introduce the Leadership Minor and discuss the resources to help you succeed, not only academically, but also in your personal development as an international student. And we also have Aimzhan Iztayeva from graduate school to introduce the important resources for graduate students. And at the end, we will have the breakout rooms. And in these small groups, you can ask questions and connect more personally with your college representative. And here's a quick note. We won't be answering the questions through the chat during this session. And so please save your questions for breakout rooms where you can get the more specific answers. And now I'll pass it to Molly Pauls to give the welcome.
Welcome, I am Molly Ports. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm the Interim Director of International Student and Scholar Services, or ISSS. ISSS is a lucky office. We work with all 1,200 incoming international students this fall and with scholars from around the world. Not only do we provide the global Gopher experiences, but we are here with you throughout your degree at the University of Minnesota. We are a resource for you and can help you navigate our great and large institution. Our ISSS vision is that the university is an engaged and inclusive international learning community. Being here today helps get you started being an active member in this community, and I'm really glad you are here learning from staff and experts and having the opportunity to connect to those within your college. I'd like to give a shout out to all those here today that are representing the colleges. We have more than 20 campus partners here today. How great is that? Thank you for being in this space today with new students from around the world. Before turning it over to our presenters, we know that this has been a challenging time for many of our students to schedule visa appointments and complete the visa process. These challenges and others may impact your ability to arrive on time for the fall semester. We will have an ISSS breakout room where you can ask ISSS experts questions you may have. We are here for you. Now I will pass it on to Doris.
Thanks, Molly. I'll continue by introducing the upcoming events, and all of our webinars are recorded. So you can find the recordings by clicking the link our team will post it in the chat now, or you can find the recordings on our GGE website. And now, as we are in August, we are all excited for you to arrive on campus and welcome all of you in person in the in-person events. So all events listed on the slide here are in-person events. So we have the Goalie Intro to Welcome Week, the Academic Success Day, which is only open for undergraduate students. And I strongly encourage you to join us because you will learn more about the important academic resources through the event. And that is really helpful for you and your experience in the U. And that is one of our biggest in-person event. And lastly, we will have the football and late night movie events. So for today's session, we want you to have a chance to connect with people in your schools, your college, your departments to learn more about what you can expect in the U. And as mentioned before, this is our last virtual webinar. So we are transitioning to in-person events, and we are excited to meet you all face-to-face soon. And next, I'll pass it to Ali, our amazing student leader.
Thanks, Doris. Hi, everyone. My name is Ali Abdulkawi, and I am a student leader at ISSS. I wanted to introduce the biggest event, and this time it is happening in person as our biggest event this year is the Academic Success Day. It will take place on Tuesday, August 26th, starting at 8:30 a.m. In Central Time in Walter Library. So I encourage all of you to join this event, but make sure you register in advance, and the registration link is in the chat. The event will include free workshops, in-person caucus, welcome sessions, a resource tour, academic exploration fair, and free food. So don't miss out this amazing opportunity and make sure to register in advance. And there are actually many ways to stay connected with ISSS. And the most important thing you need to know is that it's never wrong to connect with ISSS. ISSS is here for you. So feel free at any time if you have any questions to send an email to issnew@umn.edu. Also, make sure you check out the website and follow ISSS on social media. So with that, I will pass it to Maggie.
Hi, everybody. My name is Maggie Harris. I use she, her pronouns, and I manage our global courses and programs in the undergraduate leadership minor. I'm really happy to be here with you today, and I briefly want to review the idea of leadership as it pertains to you and your international student experience. This is not a pitch to join the undergraduate minor, though if you are an undergraduate who is on this Zoom, please feel free to reach out if you're interested. Our minor fits into every academic program, be it engineering, liberal arts, business, or more, and it's a great way to find community as a student in this large institution. But today, we're going to speak, regardless of your graduate or undergraduate status, about your leadership development experience as a student in general. This is a way to consider what you're embarking on as an international student as a form of leadership. So first, let me say that I have some empathy for you as an international student. I grew up my whole childhood as an international student in multiple countries in Asia and in South America, with my family remaining abroad while I was in the US as an undergraduate and in graduate school. While not a direct comparison to your university experience, I am familiar with some of the challenges and opportunities of living outside your home country, away from family, using a language other than your primary language, navigating new social and professional contexts, and more. So leadership development is a really great opportunity with this experience, though. And there are two key points I want to make from leadership research that I think may feel relevant to your personal experience here at the University of Minnesota. Before I do, I want to note, it's really important to note that culturally, we may all on this call have different definitions, understandings, experiences, and expectations around what leadership is. Gender, age, education, experience, position, culture, this all may shape what we believe leadership to be. And if we can be a leader, that is likely represented in multiple ways right here in this call. And it's not exclusive to an international identity. This is very human. For purposes of our mutual understanding, I'm talking about growing as a leader, meaning shaping things in a positive way through connection to your own identity and experience, through better understanding of self in new and challenging contexts. We can grow our understanding of others and cultivate belonging and inclusive leadership. And belonging is critical to a strong community. You are part of our community, and belonging matters. And so a leader in this context is not necessarily about management or title, but about influence and change, whether you're changing yourself or changing or engaging in a system. So let me share this in the context of two academic frameworks of leadership. First, the global notion the notion of global leadership. So global leadership generally involves managing multiple stakeholders, cultures, and resources, and establishing and maintaining the organizational structures, processes, and relationships required to do so effectively. And I hope this should sound familiar. From what I know about you, you are about to be immersed in a living case study of global leadership as international students. But it's not enough to simply participate. You have to intentionally engage in development along the way. So how do you do that? For your consideration, I introduced the notion of intercultural development and critical global citizenship. On the spectrum of intercultural development, we hope to get to a place of deep intercultural engagement, adaptation, critical global citizenship. But on that spectrum, the work first has to start with exploring self and connecting with others before we can get to that critical deep work. So this is the crux of why I'm speaking with you. We want to encourage you and for you to know that we are here to support you as individuals, as you work to connect to others, as you grow interculturally, and as global citizens in this new role as an international student here at the University of Minnesota. This puts you in the position to be the cherished leaders we need in this complex world. Now, not to intend to connect to the Western and particularly American idea of individualism, but rather to stress self-awareness. How do you link your global identity and your experience as an international student to shaping your leadership development? To risk offering more advice, I suggest that as a way to explore self and thereby increase belonging and a more intentional and meaningful engagement in this global leadership exercise that you're living, try the following. So first, find a resilience and joy practice. This work is not easy. Make certain that you engage a practice that provides rest for yourself, peace, and joy in ways that are meaningful and useful to you. 2, reframe your thinking as necessary. Yes, you came here to learn, and learn you will, but you also have incredible gifts to offer and contribute that we are so excited about. People want to learn from and be inspired by and connect with you as well. And leaders are aware of what they bring to the table. Asking questions and asking for help when you need it can help you reframe as necessary. 3rd, use your resources. Connect to your international and intercultural peers and services here at the university. Join student groups, share stories, explore your defaults, get involved. These are things that leaders do. Some resources are ISSS, as we know today, checking out your policies and student guides that you're provided with, connecting with your advisors, and this can be academic, departmental, or career, the friends that you'll make, and of course, your professors. 4th, if your schedule allows, consider some classes that explore identity and or offer group work. The leadership minor, for instance, for undergraduates has a class that digs into identity and understanding of leadership, and we have students of all backgrounds. Creating some diversity in the learning environment. How can you think about your major, your field of study, and gain new perspectives? And group projects are a great way to provide reflection points on how our cultural identities shape our work, how we connect, how we lead. And finally, please make sure to make time to reflect. Research shows that it's not enough to simply experience and live through and be immersed in new things. We only grow when we reflect on those experiences with purpose. And all of these steps are up to you to do. You have to self-activate these things. But I just wanted you to remember we're all in a global system with varied cultural values, and exploring your identity to better connect with others and cultivate belonging and inclusivity is key to critical global citizenship and will grow your experience here at the university. The interconnectedness and intersectionality of all of us in this live global leadership experience can make us better. And you make us better, and you're really valued, and we're so glad you're here. And with that, I'm going to pass to Amzhan from the graduate school.
Thanks so much, Maggie. Hi, everyone. My name is Aimzhan Iztayeva. I'm a program associate in the graduate school. This photo is of our building where we're located. It's Johnston Hall. I also was an international grad student at the University of Minnesota. I got my PhD in sociology a couple of years ago, but I arrived to Minnesota in 2016, so I've been here for 9 years now. But right now, my role in the graduate school is to create programming related to academic and professional development. So I work on creating programming, workshops, events, anything that supports all of our graduate students and international graduate students. And based on my experience as a graduate student, and also based on the job that I do right now, my biggest advice to you all is to really do research on all the resources that are available to you at 3 different levels. So the first level is your program or your department or school. Your program or your department. So do find out what kind of workshops or events are available, and what kind of funding opportunities. I think that could be a good question. You can ask the graduate program coordinators and college representatives that are here today. So you can ask them what kind of resources are available to you at the program level. And then similar idea, but at the college or school level. So for example, my sociology PhD was housed within the College of Liberal Arts that had lots of resources. I'm still finding out about, like even 2 years after my graduation. So it's always helpful to know what's out there. Again, does your college or school have career center? Are there any consultations available to you? Again, are there any workshops or events that you would like to participate in? And funding opportunities, that's always very important for grad students, finding good funding, fellowships, awards, etc. And then the last level, the broader level, is the university as a whole. And University of Minnesota is a huge system that has so many things to do. So please do spend some time to learn more about it. But I can always mention ISSS. ISSS is always there for international grad students. ISSS hosts a bunch of fun events where you can mingle, meet other students, and find your friends and community here at the U. And then there's graduate school, which is, well, I'm representing the graduate school today. And so we also exist to support all graduate students throughout their journey. And again, to find out about all kinds of funding opportunities that are available at the university level, which means you will compete for those fellowships with students across the university. So that's the first big advice that I have for you. And now I just want to take some time and go over the resources that we have at the graduate school specifically. So right now on the slide, you see our website, which is grad.umn.edu. It's a webpage that has everything related to academic and career support. And the very first resource I suggest you check out is called Gear One. It's on a series of videos like online orientation that walks you through, coming to Minnesota, starting a new life here, getting used to the climate, getting used to the university. Again, it walks you through all the available resources at the U. And then after Gear One, we also have Gear Plus. Gear Plus is essentially a web page that has useful resources, webinars, videos, books, articles, anything related to 3 key areas, which are research, teaching, and writing, transferable skills, and also we have specific resources curated for master's students. So that's Gear One and Gear Plus. The next big thing we have is called Individual Development Plan. It's a tool that we very much encourage all graduate students to use to plan their academic journey, so that when they reach the end of their academic journey, they know where they're going, they have network, they have mentors, they have skills and things they can put on their resume or CV, and they feel confident that they can find a good job, the job of their dreams. Basically, the IDP helps you stay focused, stay sharp while you're in your grad program, have clear goals, have clear steps towards achieving those goals, and basically not waste your time, while you're here, because time will fly by really fast. And so the IDP, it's not just like like a template for a plan, but we also have checklists and things you should be thinking about at every stage of your graduate program. So when you go to our website and you check out the IDP, you will see that depending on where you are in your program, so year one, what are the things you need to be thinking about with regard to your research, with regard to your professional development, with regard to your teaching or writing or advisor relationship, and so on. So we have ideas and tips and checklists to get you going. The next resource we have is called, programming, workshops and events. That's where I come in. I do organize and plan programming. So right now, there's a link that can be put in the chat. Yep, that's a document that has all of our workshops and events planned for the fall semester. The biggest theme of our fall semester programming is communication and presentation. We're going to start with the research and storytelling, which is a really cool workshop. It's a 2-day workshop that essentially equips you with skills to present to any kind of audience, academic, non-academic audience, but in a very accessible, storytelling kind of way. I really recommend this workshop. And then we'll have other workshops about like slides, how do you create your PowerPoint or Google Slides to keep them engaged, how do you present yourself during interview settings, and so on. So that's the big theme of our fall semester programming. And we will have an event. Okay, now I'll talk about the specific events later. And the last thing on this slide is our listservs. So again, here's a little link, and you can explore all the opt-in email lists that are relevant to you and that you want to sign up for, so you get all the updates. There is Grad Intercom list, which is for international graduate students, but then there are all other lists like first generation students, for example, perhaps that applies to you. There is an opt-in list for our department in general, so anything related to academic and career support. If we move on to the next slide, this is the very first event that we're gonna have with all of our incoming international graduate students. So it's called Grad Intercom Meet and Greet, and it's gonna be about building community. Grad Intercom is basically just a name for our initiative that supports specifically international graduate students. We have a webpage that's in the chat right now that shows the resources that I curated that I think are helpful for international grad students. A lot of them are related to job search and visas and all of that. And then we also have events just for international grad students. For example, this one, meet and greet about building community. We're gonna bring some Girl Scout cookies and play games just to help you get to know each other and also, have some fun snacks. So that will happen on Tuesday, August 26th. It will be in Walter Library from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. and there is a link to sign up. Yes, there we go. The registration link is right here in the chat. So if you want to sign up and attend, please fill out the form. On our next slide, we have Ice Cream Social. This is for all new graduate students, so not just international, but everyone. It's a really fun event. We do it every year. And basically, new students come and have free ice cream and get to meet each other. It's just a social event. We usually have bingo cards to encourage people to connect with each other and meet each other. We also usually have the appearance of Gopher if you want to have a photo with a Gopher. That's always fun. So this event is taking place on Wednesday, September the 11th from 3 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. and it's an outdoor event. But if there's rain, we also always have a plan to move things indoors. And thanks, Doris put registration link in the chat, so that this is the link for the ice cream social. And the last thing I will tell you is the welcome lunch for Grad Intercom. So in August 26th, that will be for new international grad students, but September 24th is when everyone is welcome. Any international graduate student, not just first year, but anyone can come. And we're gonna have lunch. And there's a registration link again. My plan is if the weather holds up, I really want to bring out some long games and move things outdoors. And we just play long games and have some food. But if it's rainy or cold, then we're gonna stay indoors and do something else. But please sign up, please come, grab some free food, and again, meet each other and connect with each other. Essentially, that's the biggest goal behind Grad Intercom, to help international graduate students meet each other, find friends, connections, peers, and have that community, because it is really hard to be here, to be far away from your family and friends, the support network that you used to, and come into a brand new environment is always challenging. So we do try to create opportunities for you to meet other people. And so on this note, I'm going to pass it to Youth, our student leader from ISSS. Thank you.
Thank you, Anjam. And for sure, have you heard, it's like weather, weather, weather. It's always a fun game to play in Minneapolis and Minnesota. We won't know what happened. Hello, everyone. My name is Wongrata Yut, Yut for short. My pronoun is he, him, his. I am a graduate consultant with Culture Corp and also a leadership minor instructor. I work with Maggie's, and of course, I got the opportunity to work with Anjam last semester as well. And it's also related to the topic I'll be sharing with all of you today. So with ISSS, we are also leading International Student Leadership Retreat. And oftentimes we have two versions of it. The first one is our Global Leadership Owning Our Why, which is our undergrad specific international student leadership retreat that is scheduled for September 19 to 20. It is designed alongside the leadership minors. I will be one of the lead instructor for that as well. So I'm actually very excited to also welcome all the undergrad international students to that session. And if you want a preview of what it looked like, there will be also a leadership minor sessions during the academic success days very soon, where you can actually check it out and see if that is a session for you. And of course, within the spring, Anjam and I, and also the ISSS graduate consultant team, we're also working in creating a graduate and professional student leadership retreat. Stay tuned for more information on that, and it is designed specifically for master, PhD, and professional students. You will hear from also student leaders on campus, as well as to engage with other work around campus as well. So with that, thank you, everyone, and I would like to pass the floor back to Amora.
Thank you, Youth. I actually joined the leadership retreat last year and I learned so much. So I encourage you guys to sign up and join our leadership retreat. So now I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Amora Batbayar. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm a global Gopher leader at ISSS. And I want to say thank you to Amjad and Maggie for sharing information about navigating the higher education experience. And thank you, Youth, for introducing the leadership retreat. So now for the exciting part of the session, our breakout rooms with a representative with your college, field of interest, or study level. So our hope is that in these breakout rooms, you will learn more and connect around these themes. So the themes are faces, places, spaces. So faces will be who are the key people, roles to know from your college, places, where are the places you spend a lot of time, both virtually and in person, and spaces, how to build a community and connections in your college, virtually and in person. And now I will be moving on to the breakout room session. I'm going to give a brief instruction on how to join the breakout rooms. So we have 27 breakout rooms for our webinar today. For each college listed here, there will be 2 separate breakout rooms. One is for undergraduate students and the other is for graduate students. Each room will be hosted by an undergraduate academic advisors, graduate program coordinators, or current students from your college or graduate program. So please refer to the slide to check the host of your college and degree types. You'll have approximately 30 to 45 minutes in the room with the 5-minute warning before closing. So you can use this time to ask questions, connect with your college representatives, and I'm going to go through all the acronyms. So UG stands for undergraduate, GRAD stands for graduate students, CEHD stands for College of Education and Human Development, CFANS stands for College of Food, Agricultural, and Natural Resource Sciences, CSOM, CSOM, it stands for Carlson School of Management, CDS is College of Design, CBS is College of Biological Sciences, CSE is College of Science and Engineering, CLA is College of Liberal Arts, and finally MELP stands for Minnesota English Language Program. So on how to find the breakout room. Once we open up the breakout room in about a minute, you'll see a breakout room function on the bottom right of your Zoom control panel. If you see it, click on the 3 dots and you'll see it from there. When you click it, a window will pop up where you can choose the college room to join. You're also free to leave your assigned college room and join a resource room such as ISSS, MELP, Leadership Minor, or graduate school at any time you want. And as a reminder, the breakout rooms will not be recorded, so if you cannot choose a breakout room, please stay in the main room, rename yourself to your college degree, degree type, and your name, and we will manually assign you to the correct breakout room. And now I'm going to pass it on to Marina before we open up the breakout room.
Thank you, Amora, and thank you for all of our speakers today for such a warm welcome to the University of Minnesota. While we prepare the breakout rooms for all of you, if you're having issues, please unmute yourselves once we open the breakout rooms. But this is the farewell for all of you. We will not be coming back to this main room. So after the breakout room is done, you are free to go, but you're more than welcome to come back here. I will remain here in the main breakout room session. So this is my official see you later in August. On behalf of the University of Minnesota, we look forward to welcoming you all in person when you arrive. And I cannot wait to meet all of you, as well as all of the folks that are here today to welcome you in person. So when you see us, please come and say hi. Don't be shy and chat with us. We would love to hear how things have been for you during your arrival process. With that being said, thank you all. We will see you in August, and we will now stop recording and open the breakout rooms. So safe travels, everybody.